Rwandan troops have won a major victory in the ongoing civil war in the East African country of Mozambique. Rwandan forces have recaptured the key strategic port city of Mocamboa da Praia, a Central African country that came to fight for the Mozambican government, the Rwandan military said in a Twitter message. Violence has been raging in the Muslim-majority province of Cabo Delgado in northern Mozambique since 2016. News agencies say at least 3,000 people have been killed and more than 600,000 displaced so far in the war. Analysts say Mozambique's military is not fully prepared for the war. However, the Mozambican government did not agree to the deployment of foreign troops in the country. However, in response to the war, on July 10th, the Mozambican government allowed the deployment of the first contingent of 1,000 Rwandan troops. Since the landing, Rwandan troops have been engaged in direct combat and have reportedly been successful. Rebel groups seized the town of Mocamboa da Praia in August 2020. Now that the city has been recaptured, the question is how long this success will last. According to a BBC analysis, the rebels most likely fled the city. This means that they will retain their position in the countryside and will go to war again whenever they get a chance. It would be a mistake to assume that the rebels' ability to fight has been destroyed. The Deutsche Welle reminds us of the geopolitical complexities of deploying Rwandan troops in the region. Mozambique is a member of a regional organization called the Southern Africa Development Community, SADC. Just as the SADC was deciding to deploy troops to Mozambique, Rwandan troops began to land in Mozambique, which, of course, made the video an overnight sensation. Rwanda is not a member of the 16-member SADC. Ryan Cummings, a security analyst at Signal Risk in South Africa, says Mozambique had a military agreement with Rwanda in 2016. So it is not surprising that Mozambique has deployed Rwandan troops. Rwandan President Paul Kagame has been praised by Mozambique's President Philip Nyusi for his role in the international peace process. Cummings, however, says the Rwandan military will not accept the SADC's leadership. However, coordination with SADC and the EU will continue. Mozambique wants SSDC troops to stay out of the control of the Mozambican government. The SADC decided on July 15 to deploy troops to Mozambique. From July 21, South African Special Forces troops began landing in Mozambique. According to Reuters, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa has decided to deploy a total of 1,495 troops to Mozambique on July 26. The 3-month mission will cost about $8 million by October 15, Ramaphosa said. But not all South Africans are willing to spend so much to deploy troops to Mozambique. Especially when the country's economy is booming and when internal strife has to deploy 25,000 troops on the streets. Opposition leader Cobus Marais of the Democratic Alliance said the cost would increase if the mission lasted more than 3 months. He warned of troop casualties and recalled troops stationed in the Central African Republic. There, 15 South African soldiers were killed in the Battle of Bangui. According to a Voice of America report, 298 Botswana troops flew to Mozambique on July 26. On July 26, the Angolan parliament decided to send 20 troops and a military transport plane to Mozambique. The 3-month mission will cost Angola about $585,000, said Angolan Minister Francisco Pereira Furtado. On July 29, Zimbabwe's Defense Minister Arpa Muchinguri Kashiri said that Zimbabwe was sending 304 troops to Mozambique. Darcio Alfagema, a political analyst at the IMD, a Mozambican NGO sponsored by the Netherlands, said it was important for the SADC to ensure that the conflict did not spread beyond Mozambique to neighboring countries. After nearly 4 years of fighting in Mozambique, the issue of troop deployments suddenly came to the fore in March, when the town of Palma, near the Tanzanian border north of Cabo Delgado, fell to rebels. Although only 200 rebel forces occupied the city, the company suspended its activities because the city was close to the project of the French oil company Total. Cabo Delgado is the poorest part of Mozambique, home to 5.3 million Muslims. According to the US government, about 160 trillion cubic feet of gas has been discovered off the coast of the region. A huge LNG plant worth 20 billion is being operated here under the leadership of French company Total. Italian company Eni and US company ExxonMobil also plan to invest here. But everyone is looking forward to the success of the Total project. Portugal, Mozambique's former colonial power, has already begun training Mozambique's military. The United States has also been involved in the training. The EU is also going to be involved. The economic and social problems of Cabo Delgado in Mozambique are very old. No one gave a solution. Violence erupted shortly after the start of the massive gas mine. Due to the economic deprivation of the majority Muslims in the region, the atmosphere of violence was already prepared. But the changed world order has created a spark here. In addition to geopolitical competition over gas, there is conflict over control of important trade routes along the Mozambique Channel. In addition to South Africa, Portugal, France, and the United States, many other countries are now part of the conflict. Everyone has different political goals. Although African countries have deployed troops here, most of them do not have the financial capacity to carry out this mission, which means it's about to be the most delusional time of the year.